Jimmy Kimmel's spouse claims she lost relationships with a few own family participants when they voted for Donald Trump. Jimmy Kimmel's wife, Molly McNerney, found out that her relationships with certain participants of her own family have changed after they voted for President Donald Trump. McNerney, 47, and Kimmel, 57, stopped through the We Will Do Hard Things podcast on November 6th, in which they opened up about the late-night host's feud with Trump, 79. What's it like to head from a conservative circle of relatives and emerge as the Mockingjay of the opposite side? Podcast MC Glennon Doyle wondered, regarding the notorious Hunger Games emblem for exchange. McNerney, who grew up in a completely conservative Republican circle of relatives in Missouri, spoke back. It's really been challenging. She defined that her political leanings have modified through the years and became disenchanted when Trump won the 2016 election the primary time around. But in the 2024 strolling, she feels even extra strongly about the businessman's victory. Molly McNerney re-cut off family when they voted for Donald Trump. The television producer cited she has sympathy for her circle of relative members that are intentionally being misinformed every day. It hurts me a lot due to the personal relationship I now have wherein my husband is out there fighting this guy. And to me, them voting for Trump is them not voting for my husband and me and our family. McNerney added, also pointing out that she has lost relationships with people in my family because of it. Molly says she's in consistent conflict over politics. McNerney insisted, this is not just Republican versus Democrat for me anymore. It is, to me, it's family values, and it's really hard for me because I grew up believing in these Christian ideals of taking care of the sick and looking after the poor, and I don't see that happening with this Republican birthday party. I feel like I'm kind of in constant warfare, and I'm irritated all the time, which is not healthy at all. The screenwriter sighed, but I personalize everything now. When I see these terrible stories every day, I'm without delay mad at certain aunts, uncles, cousins who put him in power. And it's really hard. Kimmel and Trump have had a war among them for quite some time, mainly regarding the comedian's latest comments about slain conservative pundit Charlie Kirk. The talk show host had his eponymous late-night series put on hiatus in September after he made comments about Kirk's assassination. Trump celebrated the news, writing on Truth Social. Wonderful news for America. The ratings-challenged Jimmy Kimmel Show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for ultimately having the courage to do what had to be accomplished. Kimmel has zero skills.